Hello friends, today we are going to learn how to draw the structure of nephron. As you can see that in the 10th standard CBSE textbook, the structure of nephron is a little complicated. So in exam you don't exactly have to draw this type of extremely coiled structure of nephron. You can draw even a more simplified version. So let me show you a little simpler version of this nephron. So for that, first, you will have to make a inverted C. You will have to first make inverted C. So here, first make inverted C. In this inverted C, we are going to make crescent shaped moon. We are going to make crescent shaped moon. But this moon we are not going to connect together. We are going to leave a little gap. So the gap which is placed here, from this gap draw a curved line. Draw a road which is has like two curves. Similarly, draw the same line from the opposite end. From this line again draw the same curve. Once you reach here, this line, extend it downward and create a U, taking it upward. Same thing you have to do for this line, but make sure that whatever thickness you have here, the thickness should decrease when you are moving down. So let us extend this line downward, but make sure that the thickness of the tube is little narrower compared to the tube above. So this is our U. Next, this line again make a similar curve as you have made here. 1 and 2 curve and end it over here. Same thing you have to draw, but make sure that this thickness will be a little larger than the thickness which is here. So just make it like this and it's done. Now extend this line downward. It should be somewhat like parallel to this till length. Extend this line little upward. Now as we have branches, as we draw branches in the tree, similarly keep it a little broader compared to these tubes. Extend those branches like you make branches as if you are drawing a tree. And that's it. The structure of your neuron is done. Now, if you have drawn it with a pencil, I want you to use a pen for drawing further structure. So this is like the basic, but in order to show you, I'm going to use a red pen because I've drawn it with a blue pen. So this structure of nephron, this is just the structure of nephron. Now surrounding this nephron, we also have presence of blood capillaries. So next, with the red pen, I'm going to show you how to draw blood capillaries. So first of all, extend a line from here, from you can draw any curve, but this line should go inside this moon and then come out. The main thing you have to focus here, this curve can be anyhow, but you have to take this line inside this C-shaped cup and extend it outside. Next line which you will draw parallel to this will not go exactly inside. You will just touch it over here and then you will bring it out. Make sure that the thickness over here is a little larger than the thickness over here. Now extend this line further and draw a pattern surrounding the tube of the nephron. You can draw the pattern in whichever way you like. So you can see I'm drawing a pattern just randomly, then extend this tube out. Same way, whichever pattern you have drawn over here, like you should draw the pattern like this only, but it can be anywhere. So extend this line and complete the pattern of this tube. You can even draw it like more in number. Okay. So our blood capillaries are ready. Now the next part will be to label it. So, oh yes, and one more thing, over here the space which is remaining, just draw round circles. Okay, that's it. The structure of nephron is done. Now the next important part is the labeling. So now this cup-shaped structure, this cup-shaped inverted C-shaped structure is called Bowman's capsule. It is called Bowman's capsule. You can remember C for capsule. Inverted C for capsule. This first curve, label it as PCT. PCT. Let us write the full form below it. Proximal. Proximal means near. Proximal, convoluted. Convoluted means extremely coiled. And T will stand for tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal because it is nearer to the Bowman's capsule. Convoluted because it is highly coiled. And it's a tube. So tubule. Next, mark this U as Henle's loop. As Henle's loop. Next, this side of the coiled structure. This side of the coiled structure is DCT. Here D will stand for distal. Distal means far. So because it is farther from the Bowman's capsule, we call it DCT, distal. Convoluted means coiled, and tubule. Distal convoluted tubule. Next, this trunk, this tree trunk that we have drawn, label it as collecting duct. Label it as collecting duct. So the parts of the nephron are ready. Bowman's capsule, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, Henle's loop, distal convoluted tubule, and finally it opens into the collecting duct. Now let us label the blood vessels. This, as we know that in the kidney, the blood is brought by renal artery. This renal artery enters into the kidney, and in the kidney it branches into smaller branches which are called arterioles. So this is nothing but the branch of renal artery. It is one of the arterioles, so you label it as branch of renal artery. This renal artery, when it enters inside the Bowman's capsule, it divides into capillaries. It divides into a bunch of capillaries, and these capillaries are so much coiled, are like so much high in number that they appear like a knot. So this structure is given a special name, and it is called glomerulus. So this structure, you will label it as this tuft or this knot of capillary is called glomerulus. This bunch of capillary, so this artery, renal artery comes here, this branch of renal artery, and it divides into a number of capillaries, and this capillary, this group of capillary is given a name glomerulus. Then this capillary again unite and form this tube, which again you can call it as branch of renal artery only, because it is a mixture, like these capillaries are again combining and forming this tube, and this tube coils around the entire length of the nephron, and finally this tube comes out in the form of renal vein. So in the nephron, the process of urine formation will happen, blood will get purified, and finally the pure blood goes into a renal vein. So this is the structure of nephron. I hope you understand, and if you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.